From Failure to Triumph, the remarkable journey of Emma Johnson. In the heart of every failure lies the seed of success. Few embody this truth as well as Emma Johnson, a woman whose life was once characterized by hardship, despair, and a long string of disappointments, but who eventually rose to become one of the most respected figures in her field. Her story is a testament to the power of persistence, resilience, and the unwavering belief that no failure is final. The early years, a childhood of struggle. Emma's early life was far from easy. Growing up in a small, struggling town, she was the eldest of 4 siblings in a family barely making ends meet. Her father, a factory worker, lost his job when Emma was just 10, and her mother took up cleaning jobs to support the family. Education became secondary to survival. Emma often helped her mother clean houses after school, and dreams of a bright future seemed distant. Despite her challenges, Emma showed promise in her studies. She was a bright student, particularly in mathematics and science, but with the constant pressures of family responsibilities, she had little time to focus on her academic potential. High school came and went in a blur, and although Emma managed to graduate, she did so with average grades, missing out on the scholarships she so desperately needed for college. Her dreams of attending university and becoming an engineer crumbled. She took up odd jobs, waitressing, cashiering, and housekeeping, anything to keep her family afloat. The weight of her family's financial struggles and her own unrealized ambitions began to crush her spirit. The descent, failure, and rock bottom. In her early 20s, Emma finally saved enough money to enroll in a local community college. She believed this was her chance to break free, but the universe had other plans. Juggling 2 jobs and a full course load proved too much. Sleep-deprived and stressed, Emma failed her first semester exams. She was devastated. It felt like life was playing a cruel joke on her. Just when she thought she had found a way out, she was pulled back into failure. For the next few years, Emma drifted from one low-paying job to another. Each failed attempt to better her circumstances chipped away at her confidence. By the time she was 25, she found herself unemployed, deeply in debt, and living in a cramped apartment with her family. It seemed like the universe was conspiring against her. Depression crept in, and with it, a sense of hopelessness. Friends and family urged her to give up on her dreams, to accept her circumstances, but something inside Emma refused to let go. Amidst the storm of failures, she clung to a small ember of belief that this was not how her story would end. The turning point, a chance encounter. One evening, while working at a coffee shop to make ends meet, Emma met Sarah, a regular customer who always came in with a laptop, deeply engrossed in her work. Over time, they struck up conversations. Sarah was a successful entrepreneur who had started her own tech company after overcoming significant personal struggles. Emma was intrigued by her story, and one day, in a moment of vulnerability, she shared her own tale of failure and lost dreams. Sarah listened intently and then asked Emma a question that would change the course of her life. What if your failures aren't the end, but the beginning? What if the problem isn't your abilities, but how you're using them? That conversation sparked something in Emma. Sarah offered to mentor her, helping her reshape her perspective on failure. She explained that success isn't a straight line, but a series of trials and errors, and that Emma's biggest mistake had been giving up too soon after each setback. With Sarah's guidance, Emma began to see her failures as stepping stones rather than dead ends. The climb. Learning from failure. Emma decided to give college another shot, but this time with a different approach. Instead of working 2 jobs and overloading herself, she enrolled part-time and focused on building better study habits. She also started freelancing as a tutor, using her knowledge of math and science to help high school students, which provided her with a more flexible source of income. It wasn't easy. There were still moments of doubt, but Emma had learned a vital lesson. Resilience wasn't about avoiding failure. It was about learning from it. Slowly, her grades improved, and she began to regain her confidence. For the first time in years, she felt a sense of purpose. By the time she graduated from community college with honors, Emma had already secured a job as a junior data analyst at a local tech firm, thanks to Sarah's recommendation. The job wasn't glamorous, but it was a foot in the door, and Emma was determined to make the most of it. The rise. Turning failure into fuel. Emma thrived in her new role. Her work ethic and attention to detail quickly caught the attention of her superiors. She threw herself into learning everything she could about data analytics and programming, often staying late to complete additional certifications. Her supervisors noticed her passion and began giving her more responsibilities. Within 3 years, Emma had risen to a managerial position, overseeing a team of analysts. She had come a long way from the young woman who couldn't balance work and school. Her success wasn't due to any magical transformation or stroke of luck. It was the result of perseverance, learning from her failures, and refusing to let them define her. But Emma's journey didn't stop there. She wanted to give back, to help others who found themselves in the same dark place she once had. She began volunteering at community centers, offering free workshops on career building and personal development. She also became a motivational speaker, sharing her story at schools and universities, urging young people to embrace failure as a crucial part of success. The legacy: a life transformed today. Emma Johnson is a renowned data scientist, a successful entrepreneur, and a motivational speaker. Her company, which specializes in AI-driven data solutions, works with some of the biggest names in tech. More importantly, she's a symbol of hope for countless individuals who believe that their failures define them. Emma's life is proof that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every setback, every mistake, every moment of doubt served as fuel for her eventual triumph. She didn't let her circumstances break her. Instead, she used them as stepping stones to reach higher ground. Her story reminds us that no matter how many times life knocks us down, we have the power to get back up, stronger and wiser than before. In the end, the only true failure is giving up. Emma's journey from failure to success stands as a beacon of inspiration for anyone who dares to dream, stumble, and rise again.